Hi everyone, so I wanted to make a quick video about weight fluctuation. This is something that my clients ask me about all the time, myself that I deal with, and something that can cause stress, especially if you are trying to lose weight or you are trying to make weight for something, but just some things to consider with why your weight might be fluctuating from one day to the other. So something that I always recommend to my clients, or if you can mentally um, handle weighing yourself each day or maybe 3 times a week. Taking an average for the week is going to be a lot more accurate than weighing yourself once per week and seeing fluctuations, because there's so many things that can play into this. Also, it can be hard though to weigh yourself every day and have that not affect your entire day. So it's important to try to let go of the emotional attachment to a certain number on the scale, because so many things play a role in your progress outside of your weight. So if you're lifting weights and you are, especially if you're a beginner, you're going to be putting on lean body mass and you're going to be changing your body composition. So having an attachment to an arbitrary number really should not be something that you should be focusing on, especially when there's changes, if you're getting strength, changes in body composition. I mean, 157 pounds, I posted a photo recently actually on my Facebook where it showed me weighing 157 pounds. I believe it was in 2011 versus 157 pounds now. My body composition is completely different. I probably there's probably a 10% difference in my body fat. I'm around probably 13% now, and I was definitely over 20% then. So just wanted to say that. But a few things that can play into why your weight might fluctuate. My weight can fluctuate by 3 pounds in one day. So I am definitely an expert on weight fluctuations. I've even had it fluctuate by like 8 pounds in a few days. So yeah, just ask some of my coaches in the past. They'd be like, Katie, you're like the queen of weight fluctuation. So I understand the frustration that can come along with it. So a few things that can play a role. So number one, sodium. So if you go out to eat and you eat a high salt meal, your weight's probably going to be up the next day. So just take that in consideration and not freak out about it. Also, different types of foods. So some foods I digest pretty easily, other foods I do not digest easily. So if I go out and I eat a high fat meal, I know my weight is going to be up the next day. It just like if I go out to eat and eat something high fat, like high fat meats, my weight is definitely going to be up the next day. If you eat later at night, so if you normally eat at, let's say your last meal is 9 p.m. at night, and then today for some reason you eat at midnight, you probably are going to weigh more the next day because of emptying of your stomach, digestion. Your body hasn't digested the food as long. If you eat high fiber food, so this is something that really affects lots of veggies, lots of broccoli, cauliflower, that sort of thing that are harder to digest, as opposed to like spinach is a good one for me. My body tends to like that. You just have to find what foods work well with your digestive system as well. I've found recently that like broccoli and cauliflower bother my stomach. I end up being usually a couple pounds up the next day just because of all the fiber, causes me to be bloated. Time of the month for women. So typically I find with my clients and myself, there is about a 3 pound, an average of about a 3 pound jump during women's periods. So that's something to take in consideration. Sleep, that affects weight as well. Stress, I tend to hold on to weight when I'm stressed. Also, lots of carbonated beverages, artificial sweeteners. I notice my weight spike when I intake a lot more artificial sweeteners as well, especially like diet pop or something like that. So just some things to take in consideration. I would recommend that everyone, if you have a coach, I wouldn't, unless you have a history of it being a very stressful thing to weigh yourself. There's different times where I have not even weighed myself for extended periods of time because it has stressed me out. So, but I would recommend weighing yourself at least a couple days a week and taking an average, so that way you can get, it'll help even out those fluctuations. And it's also important to remember that there's so many other things besides just your weight that play into your progress and how you're improving. So if your strength is improving, if you're looking better, if your clothes are fitting better, then that's something to take in consideration as well. Progress pictures are important. Measurements, not just scale weight, but if you're looking to make weight for something, it's just important to not have, I would recommend not having huge fluctuations in the types of foods that you're eating, your sodium, your water, and just having having more consistency in your intake. And I found for myself that if I go over a certain amount of fiber per day, that I tend to hold on to weight. My stomach hurts. It just is not good, and my weight usually tends to jump. Those are some things to take in consideration. I hope that this is helpful for some of you, and it's normal to have weight fluctuations. Currently, I am 7 days out from nationals, so I'm going to be training later today. So I will hopefully keep you guys updated. Hit 415 super easy on deadlift yesterday, and 400 on squat, and 180 on bench. So things are looking good and in the home stretch. So I will talk to you guys soon.